Hey everyone, how is it going? Happy Monday. I'm just gonna take a second here to share this video to my Facebook page. So if you're joining me live right now, welcome. Say hello. If you're catching the replay, type that in the comments too. I always love to see who's hanging about. Tonight, I'm going to dive into a coaching call that I had earlier. So I'm going to give you some client call insights, so some behind the scenes nuggets for you. Give me 1 second though. I'm just going to share this on my personal page. And if you want to share this out too, I would love for that, because I'm going to share some really big nuggets and takeaways that I think will be really helpful for you. So let's see, share. No, I don't want to share on a page. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, share in a group. I don't think I'm doing this right. Oh, my timeline. Okay, sorry, it's been a while. Okay, great. We've got that posted. Okay, so sorry. All right, so what I want to talk to you about is I want to let you inside of some coaching calls that I've been doing. I think I'm going to do this regularly because I find it really useful for me to just see what clients are struggling with and how I'm helping them, and also to give you some insight into what kind of coaching I do, but also for you guys to learn these nuggets without even having to pay me. So even if you don't sign up to work with me, that's totally fine. I think it's important that you're receiving value and you're having some insights and takeaways. So I got on a call with a client today, and so just kind of prefacing this, I opened up 11 spots to work with me one-on-one this weekend. It was totally impromptu. It was 11-11, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to open up some spots for one-on-one coaching. So I opened up 11 spots for one-on-one coaching, which I normally don't do one-off sessions. Why? Well, because I like to work with people in at least a condensed time frame to really get powerful results. I think like one-off calls, they're great, but then you can't continue the momentum necessarily. But anyway, I offered 11 calls, 11 people signed up to get them. And so I had my first call today. And so I had never worked with this person before, so I didn't really have an understanding of her business prior to this. But she entered the call and she wanted support with a membership site. And just from the first couple of minutes of her speaking about it, she did not seem lit up at all about it. And so I started to ask her, like, why are you doing this membership site? Like, what's the purpose? What's the goal here? And ultimately, she explained what the goal was. And I was like, well, do you actually want to do this with a membership site? And what we came to the conclusion of was that she felt like she had to be doing this membership site because it was the only way to hit these goals that she wanted to. It was the only way, to fill in the gaps that she saw happening. And so I think it's interesting because sometimes we get so caught up in our own worlds and we need just someone to reflect to us like, hey, are you even passionate about this? Or like, guess what? There's another way. So what we did was we actually dug into the goals, like what she wanted to achieve. And then also what she was going to be most passionate about doing. And we found a way to match them together and create a different business model for her to be approaching her business with, because the one that she was creating, it was so just like doing it because she had seen other people do it and they had seen success with it, and it just wasn't actually coming from her heart. So I got really creative, and like I said, we created a more fulfilling solution based on a more aligned business model for her. So I want you to think about right now, where in your business are you doing things, creating programs, or not even programs, but doing some type of free content or marketing that doesn't speak to you. You're doing it because your coach is telling you to do it, or because everyone and their mom seems like they're doing it. But if you're actually truthful with yourself, that's not how you want things to roll. So just feel into that and really see, hey Megan, feel in and see what, if anything, you're doing inside of your business just because you feel like it's the only solution right now, when really there's something else that you could be doing instead. Even if you don't know what the answer is, I know it can be scary because, I mean, for her, she was like, I've got this membership site, she had this whole plan, and we totally scrapped it to the ground. And that's terrifying. It's totally scary to burn something to the ground, but sometimes you need to burn something to the ground in order to figure out a more fulfilling solution. So just ask yourself and get real honest with yourself that if you're doing things in your business right now because you feel like you have to, or it's the only way to achieve your result, because it's not the case. There are endless possibilities. You just might not be able to think of them right now. So the second thing that we were talking about was, now that she had an idea of her new services, she felt like she was kind of missing the mark with her messaging and her marketing to her ideal people. And so she was sharing with me like how she was wording things and explaining things. And I was like, look, you are clearly a couple of steps ahead of your ideal client, and you're speaking a language that they have no fucking clue how to even comprehend right now. That's going above their head. It's not even, they can't even relate. So she was just in, and I get it because this happens to me too all the time, but she was just in her, she called it her name speak, and she was just like, yeah, I'm using like my language, but I don't know how to put it in their language. So I helped her translate it into her ideal client's language. And we then went through and did some crucial elements of her sales page to reflect the language that her people were speaking. Because a lot of the work that she does is really based around energy, and it's really profound and it's really deep. But like, honestly, her people right now, they're not saying that they need control of their energy or they want to be able to speak like in an energetic like vibration. Like, hell no, those are not the words coming out of their mouth. Right now they feel like their life is out of control, that their like food is controlling them, or their emotions are controlling them, or they're in these relationships that are totally toxic and this and that. And so as much as you can, like, think about the specific situation that they're in right now. Truth bomb. Yeah. Like, think about like what is going on in their everyday life right now. Like, what are the things that are actually keeping them up? Like, what, not just like these desires like, oh, I want more clarity or freedom. I was like, that doesn't make any sense, because I could say that my clients want clarity and freedom and like confidence, because when people come to work with me, they say those things, right? But like, that's not specific enough. Like, what does clarity mean for them? What does confidence mean for them? And so getting super clear on what those words mean. So we recreated all this language to really speak to her ideal clients, so she could put it on her sales page. And another thing that I want to say to this is like the objections that people are having. I need a freaking detox, mind overload. Yeah. And so I was like, what are the objections that people are saying to you? Like, why isn't this going to work for them? Like, like one of them was, what did she say? Oh, like they were like too busy, like they didn't have enough time. But like, part of the work that she does is all about helping them gain back time and helping them prioritize. Another objection that they had, that it wasn't going to work for them, and that they've taken all these programs, they've done all these things, they've been to all these like professionals, and no one could fix them, no one could help them. And her point is like, yeah, duh, like no one can help you or fix you but yourself. This is an inside job. This is something that you need to do yourself. And so through our time together in this just a 60-minute call, I was able to help her understand like why people were not purchasing, and then actually find the solutions to help her create a really amazing message and marketing for her sales page, so people would really grasp what the hell she was selling and know that they had to work with her ASAP. So it's really important that you're speaking their language and that you're able to overcome their objections and really show why your program is going to be the one for them. Thanks for the hearts. Hey Jamie, how are you? Okay. So then the last thing that we focused on inside of this session was around her price points. So I gave her the support and the confidence that she needed to really be able to charge the rates that she desires. And so since she had been attracting these people who you said I can't afford it, like, right, we've all been there, we all encounter those people. She was lowering her rates to match what they were saying. And yes, it's great to know like where your ideal clients are and what they're willing to spend, but these were not her ideal clients. That's just who she was surrounding herself with. So it wasn't necessarily her ideal clients who were saying they couldn't afford it. And even if they were saying they couldn't afford it, it doesn't matter, because remember, she wasn't messaging the right way. So they didn't really understand why they needed her services to begin with. But anyway, so she was lowering her rates and her energy was so off around it. She was not even excited to offer this thing. And I wasn't just like, oh, hey, like, you got to charge your worth, girl. Like, come on, up those prices. It's like, that's not helpful, right? So we walked through some of the resistance that she was having around it. And then I talked her through why it actually didn't make sense to charge the amount that she was charging, both like logically and then also energetically and overall too, just like it was going to be a disservice to be charging this lower rate, because she was offering something else for a very similar price that like they were getting a lot less, and this other thing she was giving a lot more, and it just didn't make sense at all. And I don't think that she would have attracted the people that she was really looking for anyway. So I think it's important that we are charging rates that we are really fucking excited about, and we're not necessarily like listening to this talk of like, I can't afford it, like, or oh my gosh, like, you know, this isn't gonna work. I mean, I really think that price is so arbitrary, and I know you hear it all the time, but I literally had a client come to me one time who told me that she couldn't afford $97 per month for something that I was selling, and that was too much for her. And then a few weeks later, she came back and she purchased my high-end one-on-one program that's thousands and thousands of dollars. So it just goes to show that when someone says they can't afford it, it's really just they don't see the value. They don't see how it's going to help them, or they don't see how it's going to serve them. So that goes back to point 2 that I was talking about, getting really fucking clear and speaking their language so they understand why they need this thing. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. But I feel like it's important for me to share what the hell I coach people around and I support them with, so you have a better understanding of what I do, and also so you can take these lessons and infuse them into your own lives, your own businesses, for free without having to pay me. But if you are desiring to hit these really big goals and you want really high value support, I'm opening up the doors for spaces into my 4-week leadership immersion program. So this is really for the go-getter lady who is ready to create success on her own terms. She's ready to have the prosperity she desires inside of her business. And it's really about focusing on one goal and hitting it. So inside of these 4 weeks, we determine what that one goal is and we work together to make it happen. And it's a really immersive experience. It's me, you have access to me for the 30 days, both through intensives, regular calls, Voxer support. You get access to a bunch of my courses. It's really an in-depth experience. So, you know, it's an immersive experience, right? For you to really get the results that you desire. So past results that clients have gotten inside of this experience have been making $5K in a day, creating 15K plus months together, attracting 16 new ideal clients, strategizing and implementing new business models, having their work hours cut in half, and actually increasing the results that were coming in, things of that nature. So this is really for somebody who's ready to hit the ground running, who wants to experience results that she hasn't experienced before. You have to be ready, though, to take uncomfortable action steps and really step outside of your comfort zone, because in order to get results that you've never gotten before, you have to do things that you've never done before, right? So if you're ready to really just, I hate when people say this, like, end the year strong, but it's true. Like, end the year strong, or just end this month strong, have a really fucking amazing month, then this is for you. And what you desire can truly happen a lot sooner than you can even imagine. So if you are interested in this opportunity, send me a direct message and we can explore this even further, but there's only 4 spots available. So if you want in, let me know as soon as possible. But I hope you guys enjoyed the insights into the coaching call that I had today. If you have just joined us, then definitely go back and watch the replay so you can hear the top takeaways and infuse them inside of your business. And like I said, if you want more deep dive support to hit a really big goal of yours, then send me a message. I'm so excited to be opening the doors up to this experience. Just 1 month of really going balls to the walls and getting those results that you're so pumped about. Okay, have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.